Good evening, Belize. It's Tuesday night and you're tuned into News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly. Here's what's making headlines tonight. A dramatic escape attempt at the Belize Central Prison ends in gunfire. And we're asking, is inmate Nayeri Parshu mentally fit? In Bella Vista, a deadly stabbing leaves one man dead and another behind bars. Spirit Airlines just launched a budget-friendly flight to Belize, but now the airline's facing financial turbulence. And according to our latest social media polls, Belizeans aren't sold on the idea of a national ID. Plus, we're getting into the Carnival spirit on this week's Culture Tuesday, featuring Mother Nature creation and Jump Street Posse. All that and more is coming up in just 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. News 5 starts now.
Easy, accessible, safe, yours. Digi Wallet, easy, accessible, safe, yours.
Welcome back. Chaos erupted at the Belize Central Prison this morning when an inmate made a sudden and dangerous break for freedom. A 30-year-old inmate, Nayeri Parshu, decided he wasn't waiting until September 20th to walk free. Instead, he made a bold dash for freedom during recreation time, scaling the prison's security fence in a desperate escape attempt. But tower guards weren't about to let him go that easily. After several warning shots, they took aim, bringing the escape to a painful end. Parshu was hit multiple times and is now hospitalized. News 5's Paul Lopez has the full story.
31-year-old Nairi Parshu is now in the hospital after an escape attempt took a violent turn at the Belize Central Prison this morning. Around 9:20 a.m. during recreation time, guards noticed Parshu wandering into a restricted area, off limits to inmates. One of the tower guards spotted him sneaking behind a building and heading toward the tower. He shouted several warnings, ordering Parshu to stop and return to his assigned area. But Parshu kept going, and that's when things escalated.
They were about to do recreation, and he took the opportunity to head towards the perimeter fence and climb it. He was ordered verbally to desist from running towards the fence. He was given a command, but he refused. So when the tower guards saw that he was running past the towers and heading towards the fence, then they started firing warning shots. They fired a total of about 7 warning shots, I was told.
The escape attempt reached a critical moment when the tower guard spotted Nairi Parshu climbing the prison fence. He had made it all the way to the top when the guard, realizing the inmate was seconds away from breaking free, fired a shot to stop him. Parshu fell hard to the ground. When the guards rushed over to retrieve him, they found he had been hit, suffering gunshot wounds to the head and neck.
According to the Prisons Act, which governs the Belize Central Prison, one of the lawful things that a prison officer has to do, has at his advantage, is to use the weapon that he is assigned to prevent a prisoner from escaping. At the end of the day, prisoners do not come to prison to escape. Because if a prisoner escapes, they can go and harm the society. So we cannot afford that. We don't cater for escape. So we will do whatever in our power and whatever is lawful to prevent prisoners from escaping. The situation with this guy is that he was a moving target, and I imagine even though you might be trying to shoot for the foot or the thigh, you end up hitting a part that wasn't the intended part to hit. But that is how it goes with a moving target. It's hard to peg it.
Nairi Parshu's troubled past may help explain his desperate escape attempt. The 30-year-old was serving a short 3-month sentence for drug possession and property damage. But his run-ins with the law started just weeks ago. On July 18th, he appeared before the magistrate's court for 3 traffic offenses. He pleaded guilty to 2 and was fined a modest $180. But things quickly took a dark turn. In court, his mother revealed that Parshu had threatened to kill his entire family. She said she feared for their lives. Just 5 days later, he was back before the magistrate, this time for punching his 8-year-old nephew in the face. He pleaded guilty again and was fined $800. But with unpaid fines still hanging over him, Parshu couldn't walk free and was sent to the Belize Central Prison.
According to the guards, they did not see him behaving in any flight risk kind of way. Or any unusual way. And that is why he went on his recreation like every other prisoner who was doing recreation at that time. If the guard felt that he was behaving, quirky, I am sure that he would have opted to leave him in his cell. We don't know who is escaping. We don't know if the person's mental. We don't know if the person is here for murder or rape or maybe traffic offenses. In this particular case, this guy is here serving a sentence of 3 months, as per the documentation I gave you, for possession of a controlled drug and for damage to property.
Tonight, Parshu remains hospitalized in a stable condition.
Well, the process is that he's going to stay at the hospital until the authorities at the hospital, at the KHMH, discharges him, and then he will come back into the custody of the prison, where we can care for him at our medic center. But like I said earlier, I was told that he is in a stable condition. That's what I was told.
Parshu's family was made aware of the situation. News 5 understands that his mother visited him at the Carl Hushner Memorial Hospital. He was scheduled for early release on August 31st. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Last week, we reported on a major court ruling that's forcing the government of Belize to pay nearly $300,000 to the family of Jahangir Abadi, a 70-year-old inmate who died behind bars in 2019. The High Court found that the Belize Central Prison was responsible for his death. Abadi was serving a 6-year sentence for abetment to murder, but he was also battling serious health issues, uncontrolled diabetes, chronic kidney disease, and hypertension. His family says the prison failed him, denying him proper medical care when he needed it most. And the court agreed. The ruling pointed to multiple failures: no consistent access to medication, no daily visits from the prison doctor as required, and ignored warnings from private physicians about Abadi's worsening condition. Today we spoke with Virgilio Murillo, CEO of the Kobe Foundation, to find out how this ruling is reshaping medical care inside the Belize Central Prison.
The court has made their ruling. The penalties have been paid to the family as far as I was told. All I can say is that when these things happen, we as responsible and professional people try to learn from them, and we try to do things a little bit better. I am certain that quite a lot of it may have been based on technicality. We may have omitted or overlooked certain procedures, or did not apply certain procedures, I guess, and that may have cost us. But we don't want to dwell on it. The family has been paid, compensated, and we look at the judgment. We try to analyze it and highlight those areas that the judge pointed out that we were in breach of, or we made errors with, and we move on. At the end of the day, we have a prison to run, and the only people who succeed in life, Paul, is those who make mistakes. I'm not going to play saint around here. The judge in his ruling pointed out certain key elements, key observations, which in my mind, because I didn't go to testify, it was the medical officer and other officers who interacted directly with the prisoner. But when I read the judgment, I felt that the things that the judge pointed out were reasonable, and I just highlighted them, and I advised my staff to read it again and again and again, and let us see how we ensure that those things don't happen again.
A fatal stabbing incident occurred this afternoon in Bella Vista Village, Toledo District. The victim, identified as a Hispanic male, sustained a stab wound to the upper right chest after reportedly being confronted by the alleged assailant. According to preliminary reports, the suspect fled the scene in the direction of the Independence area. Law enforcement authorities subsequently apprehended the individual. Tragically, the victim succumbed to his injuries. This is a developing story. Additional information will be provided as it becomes available. A chilling find in Ladyville has left one family in mourning. A resident stumbled upon a decomposing body in a remote part of the community, and tonight one family is confirming the worst. The victim is 25-year-old Joshua Martel. His loved ones hadn't heard from him in a week, but they didn't think he was in any danger. There was no missing person report filed. Now they're left searching for answers. We visited Martel's family today and spoke with his sister about what they've learned so far.
I won't stand here and pretend like my brother was an angel, right? He had his fair share of bad doings, but I can't really say for sure, to be honest.
What do you all believe happened to him, or have you heard anything about who he would have been with the last?
Well, as the police are investigating, we saw a video with him leaving one of his friend's property with someone on a cycle, but I truthfully believe that someone lured my brother into, his death, because he wouldn't go in areas where he wasn't welcome, or, he didn't walk the area that he was found. So I would say someone had to lure my brother into that area. The police said that they're not saying that it was Joshua, but they just needed, someone to confirm, or, whether or not it's him. So I told them that I was in the city, and they asked if they can visit my mom to see if she can quickly go and identify him. And then once she did, then we found out that, it was him. But the way that my mom identified him was with the clothes that he was wearing, the chain, especially chain that he always wore, and, the length of his body and all of that stuff. So
was there ever a missing report made?
No missing report, because my brother is a person that sometimes he goes, he comes, he goes, he comes. So it wasn't to say that we thought that he was missing, I think the last time my mom saw him was last Monday, right? So that's just like a week, so we wouldn't say that he was missing, because as I said, sometimes he goes and he comes, and then for a good 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks, and then he returns. So.
Coming up, cheap flights coming, but for how long? More when we return.
The new designs for Belize's new banknotes have been revealed. But why are only 2 national figures featured on the banknotes? The individuals honored on our new banknotes have received Belize's highest distinction, the Order of the National Hero. As of January 2025, only 2 persons have been awarded this title. The Right Honorable George Cadle Price, regarded as the father of the nation, who was the first Prime Minister of Belize and renowned leader in our road to independence, and the Honorable Philip Stanley Wilberforce Golson, one of the longest-serving members of the House of Representatives, known for his unwavering stance on protecting and preserving Belize. By featuring these heroes, we honor their invaluable contributions to the development of our nation. New look, same value, heroes' legacy. Learn more at www.centralbank.org.bz. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Dengue and Zika alert. Do your part by preventing mosquito breeding. The Ministry of Health reminds the public that as we enter the rainy season, be aware of the dangers of dengue, chikungunya, and Zika. These are infectious diseases that are transmitted by the bite of Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus mosquitoes. These mosquitoes are most active in early morning and late afternoon. Activities that should be done to prevent dengue and Zika include: avoid having containers that can collect water in your yard. Cover water storage containers such as drums. Change the water in flower pots every 4 or 5 days. These are ideal breeding sites for the mosquito. With the elimination of breeding sites in and around the yard, dengue and Zika can be avoided. Dengue and Zika begin with sudden onset of high fever. Other signs and symptoms include rash, joint pain, eye pain. The public is also encouraged to use mosquito repellent spray or lotion on the body or clothing. Do your part by preventing mosquito breeding. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
This is the new era of the Mexican Caribbean. A whole spectrum of colors and hues, multi-dimensional cuisine, holographic beaches. The true new era is within you.
Coming up, the best of Barbados and more at Carifesta 15. International interns enjoy breakthrough opportunities. History with a side of salsa. Yes, we're in San Juan. Community programs in Dominica receive a major boost. The home base with all you can ask for. It's all next on this station.
Yo, what's up, bro? This Western Union mom's a little money using DigiWallet. Uncle in the States, pays me too. Same app using DigiWallet. Bro, this is too easy. I can do this from anywhere. No lines, no hassle, just easy. All right, gotta run, bro. Take it easy.
Get ready for a night of pure Carnival magic on Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. The Belize Civic Center transforms into a spectacle of color and creativity for the King and Queen competition, celebrating 50 years of Carnival in Belize. Pre-judging begins at 5 p.m. Showtime starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Admission is only $15 for adults and $5 for kids. Witness giant, jaw-dropping costumes come alive on stage and feel the energy of live performances by Kenny Gladden and the New Generation Band. This is Golden Dreams, vibrant streets, 50 years of mass and celebration, bigger, brighter, and unforgettable.
Rosetón presenta Los Cumbia Kings. Los Cumbia Kings en concierto. Este 30 de agosto en el Estadio del Pueblo, Orange World Belice. Los Cumbia Kings en vivo. No tengo dinero ni nada que dar. No te pierdas el concierto del año que te hará bailar como nunca. General 150, VIP 200 y Platino $350. Boletos a la venta en la aplicación WePass, disponible en Android y iPhone. También con Orindrag con cuellos, Shell One Stop, María's Café, Lifestyle Beauty Salon y WSK Call Center al 611-3677. Amor Turquesa, Boutique Belmopá. Gracias al patrocinio de
BTV, Mechas, Cuellos, Lock and Loaded, Mark Production, Quick Pass, Lighthouse,
Instituto Nacional de Cultura e Historia y Smart Belice.
Last week, the Belize Tourism Board announced that Spirit Airlines would officially be coming to Belize this November, and Belizeans all around were buzzing with excitement. The affordable airline plans to offer 3 one-way flights a week to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $85. It's exciting news for those who hold travel on a budget. But while the BTB says that everything is clear for takeoff, there may be turbulence ahead. Just 5 months after recovering from bankruptcy, Spirit Airlines revealed that the company is dealing with serious financial struggles and may not survive if it fails to raise profits and cut costs. Spirit further detailed that these strategies may include letting go hundreds of employees and reducing unscheduled flights. The Belize Tourism Board says the flights are still on track for November, but Spirit's ongoing financial crisis raises concerns over the feasibility of these plans. Minister of Tourism Anthony Muller shares some details on the negotiations that are employed to incentivize companies like Spirit to extend their routes to Belize.
That's why we try to give a lot of incentives in terms of the landing fees and all of that here in Belize. So we work closely with the management group at the airport. and so they provide some concessions as well. But we've also put some money on the table in terms of marketing and other things for these flights to come in. It's especially after COVID, it hasn't been cheap. We've done marketing and co-marketing with airlines for decades, and that continues to be our model, but it has become a lot more expensive to do.
Yeah, you have to pay millions for them to come. Is it, I understand co-marketing is one thing, but let us be real. Will it pay people to come? Will it pay for incentivizing carriers to fly to our destination?
Some, yeah.
Is it a worrying precedent for you? Because then once you do it to one set, that becomes the universal expectation, and it increases with each destination because you're talking Europe. We're going to have to put $10 million on the table.
Not so much, man.
Maybe
close. Yeah, but I mean the model has changed somewhat over the last 4 years, especially since COVID, or 5 years. But we try to maintain it to marketing and other activities like that.
Are the airlines complaining? Because we know how fastidious they are, and I know that the airlines, the big ones, all of them really have been down 8-9% so far up to the end of June. Right? All of them were down. Have they been complaining, and have you been having to offer them some comfort?
Most have, in terms of our traffic to Belize, we've held our numbers. Like May and June were a little bit soft. July we rebounded robustly with almost 10% increase over last year, and last year was a very strong July as well. And we believe that we will continue with our momentum going into the high season coming up, especially when we build capacity, when these flights are put in place actually on the ground, right?
This week marked a historical moment for the Belize National Teachers Union after a 15-member delegation traveled to St. Martin to participate in the Caribbean Union of Teachers Biennial Conference. This conference is a major event held every 2 years for educators in the Caribbean region, focusing on various aspects of education, teacher development, and unionism. Throughout the event, the BNTU will participate in a range of sessions designed to enhance both personal growth and professional development. In a post shared on the union's social media, the BNTU said that this milestone reflects their continued commitment to building capacity, empowering its members, and cultivating a strong pipeline of future leaders within the organization. Last week, while the buzz was building around the proposed shift from the Belize Tax Service to a new semi-autonomous revenue agency, SARA, we took the conversation online. We ran a quick social media poll asking Belizeans 2 simple questions to get a feel for public opinion. Now, it wasn't scientific, but the responses were telling. First, we asked, do you believe the government is collecting enough taxes at present? Or do they need to collect more to be more efficient? The responses were as follows. 22% or 191 participants agreed that they collect enough taxes already. 3% or 34 participants agreed that they should collect more, but spend it wisely. 75%, 660 votes indicated that they should first improve how they use current tax revenues. The second question we asked was, with the proposed national ID, do you think having one ID that is mandatory and must be used to conduct any and all transactions is necessary? Or do we have sufficient IDs as it is? 12% or 146 participants said yes, one national ID is necessary and helpful. 5%, the equivalent of 75 participants said maybe, but only if it replaced other IDs. Overwhelmingly, 1,101 participants, or 83%, said no. We already have enough valid IDs. After the break, celebrating Belize's Carnival through legacy and youth. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
diseños de los billetes beliceños han sido presentados al público. Pero, ¿por qué solo 2 figuras nacionales aparecen en los billetes? Las personas honradas en estos nuevos billetes han recibido la más alta distinción de Belice, la Orden del Héroe Nacional. Hasta enero de 2025, solo 2 personas han sido galardonadas con este título. El muy honorable George Cattle Price, considerado el padre de la nación, quien fue el primer ministro de Belice y un líder reconocido en nuestro camino hacia la independencia, y el honorable Philip Stanley Wilberforce Bolson, uno de los miembros con más años de servicio en la Cámara de Representantes, conocido por su postura inquebrantable en la protección y preservación de Belice. Al presentar a estos héroes, honramos sus invaluables contribuciones al desarrollo de nuestra nación. Nueva imagen, mismo valor, legado de héroes. Para obtener más información, visite www.centralbank.org.bz. Un comunicado del Banco Central de Belice.
Belize, are you ready for the ultimate showdown of flavor and grit? It's the BLPA Beef Fest and Rodeo 2025, brought to you by the Belize Livestock Producers Association in partnership with the Wild West Rodeo Club. Join us at the National Agriculture Showgrounds on Saturday, August 16th, starting bright and early at 8 a.m. Fire up your appetite at the Grill Masters competition, where top chefs battle it out over beef, pork, and lamb in a sizzling showdown you won't want to miss. Then, hold on to your hats, it's rodeo time. Witness the raw power and heart-pounding action of real Belizean cowboys and cowgirls showing off their skills in an adrenaline-filled spectacle. Hungry? We've got the juiciest steaks, mouth-watering sausages, and local flavors that'll keep you coming back for more. Want to be part of the action? Sign up for the grill-off or grab a booth spot at our expo. Call 672-5275 to register before August 4th. Entrance is just $5 for adults, $3 for kids, and $15 for adults and $8 for kids for rodeo access. That's August 16th, 2025. A full day of food, fun, and family at the BLPA Beef Fest and Rodeo. From sizzling grills to wild rides, it's more than an event. It's a Belizean tradition. See you there.
Belize City residents, get ready for a faster, smarter, cashless way to ride the e-bus. Just tap your prepaid card, powered by DigiWallet, and you're on your way. It's that easy. Here's how it works. When you tap your card, 1 green light blinks for senior citizens, 2 green lights for students, and 3 green lights for our VIP customers. Need a top-up? You can secure a card and recharge anytime at these convenient DigiWallet agent locations. DigiStore, Regent Street. Juni's Limited, 57 Albert Street. Belize Chamber of Commerce, 4792 Pony Drive. Digi Signature Store, Mirab Philip Golson Highway. Joe's Meat Shop, 28A Central American Boulevard. Go Wireless, West Collett Canal. Toto's Store, 15 Orange Street, or via the DigiWallet app. As you embark on this journey, remember, every ride is a step toward a greener, more sustainable future for Belize City. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Don't
miss the ultimate singing showdown. It's KTV The Remix Season 7 every Tuesday night at 8, live from the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. One stage, one voice, one chance to win $10,000. Get your tickets for just $5 at GBM Studios and Coney Drive or 88 Shopping Center on Central American Boulevard. It's music, talent, and entertainment for the whole family. Don't miss it. KTV The Remix Season 7. Tune in, turn up, and sing along every Tuesday night at 8. Only on Greater Belize Media.
We just take the coast out.
Belize is on the move. The Coastal Road is now powered by Digi's ever-expanding 4G LTE Advanced Network. Now you can stream that music, track that storm, or stop to send that file. Digi 4G LTE has got you covered. Digi, leading Belize's digital transformation.
Carnival in Belize thrives on the passion and vision of its band leaders, each adding their own rhythm to the national celebration. For over 20 years, Carla Flowers and Mother Nature Creation have brought bold teams and enduring spirit to the road, a legacy deeply influenced by the late Leroy Green. In the junior category, Marina Welcome's Jump Street Posse has become a safe and vibrant space for children, telling stories through color, movement, and music. Side by side, these bands show how Carnival bridges generations, honoring the past while inspiring the future. Tonight, we share their stories.
For 2 decades, Carla Flowers has led Mother Nature Creation, Belize's only senior mass band to keep its original name. Known for bold themes like 2013's award-winning Love, the band blends culture, creativity, and natural beauty. Meanwhile, Jump Street Posse brings youthful energy and handcrafted flair, winning junior road marches like champs. Together, they prove that Carnival is a living tradition of color, rhythm, and pride.
I understand it evolved from some group of women in 1975. And now we are celebrating over 50 years of Carnival.
And what does it take to run a carnival for so long?
I think the people. You have to have motivation to do this. It's year in, year out, different people come in and give you that support and encourage you. One of my biggest motivators for me to have Carnival for so long was Mr. Green. He was my motivator. Every year he come by, and before the next year he come, Carla, let us plan for next year. And he said, I will bring the team by December. So he's the one that motivates me most of the time.
Your teams are always creative and bold. Where do your ideas come from, and what inspires your designs year after year?
Like I said before, it's Mr. Green. Mr. Green, he is the one that bring the team. Well, sometimes not even the team, he the one that bring the drawing for us. And afterwards, when he see how the costume come out and everything like that, then he put the team to it.
Now, running a band isn't just about costumes, it's about the people, community, and the energy. What does Mother Nature's Creation mean to you personally?
Well, to me, it's being like a family. You know, everybody come around, becomes family. We have dancers dancing just for the past 21 years. So, you know, they stick with us, they stick with me, they stick with Mother Nature, and they still sticking with us. So it's been a big, great pleasure to have those people by my side for the 21 years.
Meet Marina Welcome, the creative force behind Jump Street Posse. She's a band leader and a cultural powerhouse who's been shaping Junior Carnival for years with vibrant colors, deep pride, and powerful storytelling. Whenever her band hits the road, they bring stories to life, Every costume, every move, every beat speaks to the heart of Belizean culture. Marina's vision turns Carnival into more than a parade. It's a celebration of identity and soul.
I could remember the blessed afternoon. We were sitting down having dinner. And my kids said, Mommy, why don't you do Carnival? I said, Carnival? What a Carnival? Right? And they said, Mommy, no worry, man. You do the design, Granny, and so. He said, we are bring the picnic from school. And my biggest mistake, that say yes. The evening, Jump Street Pacific, Carnival start. My kids, they used to go to St. Ignatius School. The kids didn't come. Then I had the neighboring kids didn't come. Right? And that's how Jump Street Pacific farm. My mother was a seamstress, Norma Welcome. And we got the name off of the street. They had just called Wagner's Lane, Jump Street. I remember my first year, I completed against, I think it was from Stella Maris. They did Mr. Neat and Clean, right? They came in first, Miss Tiola came in second, and my first win was third place, you know? So for just starting out, like Miss Bev said, Miss Welcome, you did good, right? And right there, I just started creating a passion. For me, it's always about the kids, right? Nowhere to go, because the way they rush and come and join the band, you know something is wrong, right? They don't have nowhere to go, nothing to do, you know? Well, at least in those times, the violence wasn't as bad as it is today, right? But it's something that the kids look forward for. When you see school closed a week before, oh boy, everybody come, Miss Marina, they got Carnival, Miss Marina, they got Carnival. How can you tell them no?
With a bright smile and a faraway gleam in her eyes, Welcome recalls her very first Carnival costume as if the memory carries her back to that unforgettable moment in time.
My first costume was yellow, green, red and black. What? And it was something simple. It was a one sleeve with frills, right, on the sleeve, and frills on the tail. Can't forget it.
When we return, mealybugs invade Belizean farms, crops at risk.
Tenth, 2025, Belize Electricity Limited and Blair Atoll Power Company Limited signed a historic power purchase agreement for the development of a 15-megawatt utility-scale solar plant, complete with a 1.5 megawatt, 3-megawatt-hour battery storage system. This project represents a significant milestone in building a cleaner, more sustainable, and resilient electricity grid.
Today's signing is the furthest we have ever come down the road of realizing the needed facilities and our own ambitions for harnessing the power of the sun. This PPA provides a model in which everybody, BEL, Babcock, and consumers win, and that is how it should be. We have every confidence that Babcock can and will bring this project home, and BEL publicly offers whatever support it can to realize this goal.
What we learn here will set the foundation for future projects, including solar, wind, hybrid systems, and even other emerging developing technologies, renewable energy technologies, that Belize will need if we are going to remain competitive and resilient.
BEL and Babcock will collaborate closely to develop and commission the plant within 12 to 18 months from the start of construction. Once operational, the solar plant will supply clean, renewable energy directly to the national grid, strengthening Belize's energy security and diversifying our national energy mix.
estás? Te acabo de enviar dinero por Western Union usando DigiWallet. ¿Usted puede creer que mi tía en México me pagó por la misma aplicación usando DigiWallet? ¡Qué bien! Sí, mamá, y es facilísimo. Lo puedo hacer desde donde sea, sin filas y sin estrés. Todo fácil. Bueno, mamá, te dejo. Cuídate mucho. Dios te bendiga, hija.
You must make purchases at any Benny's locations or its entities near you. The more you spend, the more you earn. You also get double the B-Bucks on promotional days. Multiple purchases completed in a single day cannot be combined and will be considered separately. Benny's is committed to offering you competitive prices on all your purchases. No value is added with B-Bucks. To learn more, visit our website at www.bbucks.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with B-Bucks. Brought to you by Benny's. Quality and savings.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Aiwa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Aiwa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Aiwa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Oh man, one more stroll and my data is done.
Who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data so you can scroll till your fingers cramp.
Enjoy free social media data now included in our Flex Choice and Select postpaid plans.
Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Belize's sugar industry is facing a major crisis, and farmers in the north are feeling the heat. A fast-moving plant disease called Fusarium has already caused over $50 million in losses, wiping out crops and threatening livelihoods. But there's a glimmer of hope. Instead of handing out free fertilizers this year, the Ministry of Agriculture is redirecting its support fund to fight the disease head-on. The treatment involves a two-step process. First, neutralizing the bacteria with a chemical that inhibits the growth of fungi, then killing it with a fungicide. Agriculture Minister Jose Abelardo Mai shares an update on how the battle against Fusarium is progressing.
The people at CIRDI have informed us, and we witnessed the first applications. I went back to those fields we did it 3 weeks ago, And there seems to be very good response from the first treatment. There's one treatment of fungicide and 3 treatments of biologicals. The first treatment has been done and the second has begun. And the first fields, I saw them personally and they look very much improved. So it gives us hope. By the 22nd of August, the report I got yesterday is that we're supposed to complete the treatments for the 2,000 acres. So $500,000 would do us 2,100 acres, something like that, right? The farmers would put a part of it, and we put a part of it. So we co-invest, right? But there are farmers who are unable to afford it, to be truthful. They don't even have $100 to apply to their field per acre. So it's a very difficult situation for the farmers. But and understand, this is a pilot. This is a pilot trial. It seems to be working real well, and that gives us some hope. The problem, if that is the case, and it's working well, then the concern is at what cost do we do it, right? So if it costs you $250 per acre, you're applying 3 bags of fertilizer more per acre. The farmer can barely put 1 bag of fertilizer per acre right now with the price of sugarcane right now. So the farmer is in a very, very difficult position, right? And so we hope to finish those treatments by the 22nd of August.
Is another round of concessions coming for the American sugar refinery? That's the big question tonight as the government of Belize weighs its next move. The 10-year concession deal granted back in 2012 has officially expired. It was a hot topic then, approved by the Barra administration and fiercely debated by the PUP. Now the tables have turned, and it's up to the current administration to decide whether ASR gets an extension. We spoke with Agriculture Minister Jose Abelardo May to get insight into where things stand.
If I support the renewal of that concession, well, that is a matter that has to go to cabinet and there has to be ventilated in the House of Representatives. By then I will decide.
But if not, why?
No, I'm not saying not. I'm just saying I have to do thorough analysis and get guidance from my technical team in the ministry. And it has to be discussed in cabinet. So I don't want to comment on a yes or no, but it has to be well ventilated in cabinet and in it has to go to parliament.
They're small, soft-bodied and covered in white, powdery wax. On the surface, mealybugs appear harmless, but these pesky insects are wreaking havoc on crops across Belize. They feed on plant sap, weakening the plant and potentially causing stunted growth, yellowing leaves, and even plant death. What's even worse is that Minister of Agriculture Jose Abelardo May says they are just one of many pests infecting the fields of hard-working farmers in Belize.
When it rains, it pours. We have a history of Fracopa. It's endemic in sugarcane. We've never had Fusium affecting sugarcane. We have it now. About 10 years ago, we started with Stembora. We have that now. And now we have mealybugs. I saw one field that was infested with mealybugs. I took photographs of it, I sent it to the CRD. They said, yes, Minister, we are monitoring that field. They destroyed the field. It's just one more pest to deal with. Sounds simple, right? But it's added cost. Added cost at a time when the price for sugar is depressed. So the farmers are not in the best position at this time.
Up next, pediatric wing coming soon to Northern Regional Hospital.
Cumbia Kings en concierto. Este 30 de agosto en el Estadio del Pueblo, Orange World Belice, los Cumbia Kings en vivo.
No tengo dinero, nada que dar.
No te pierdas el concierto del año que te hará bailar como nunca. General 150, VIP 200 y Platino $350. Boletos a la venta en la aplicación WePass, disponible en Android y iPhone. También con Orange Drag con cuellos, Shell One Stop, María's Café, Lifestyle Beauty Salon y WSK Call Center al 611-3677. Amor Turquesa, Boutique Belmopá. Gracias al patrocinio de
BTV, Mechas, Cuellos, Lock and Loaded, Mark Production, Quick Pass, Lighthouse,
Instituto Nacional de Cultura e Historia y Smart Belice.
There's so many different factors which can impact on your digestive system because there's a very strong connection between your intestinal tract and your central nervous system or your brain. So your digestive system is sometimes referred to as your second brain, your second nervous system, because the connections are very strong between the two and one can impact it very heavily on the other one.
A message that I want persons to take away is that food is to be enjoyed, but because of the high risk of non-communicable diseases in our region, we're finding that food plays a factor in contributing to that. And if we can start by cutting down even the starchy foods, that makes a difference.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
A hurricane can turn everyday objects into dangerous projectiles. Secure loose outdoor items like furniture and grills. Board up windows and trim trees around your house. These simple steps can significantly reduce damage during a storm. Don't wait until the last minute. Be proactive and secure your home today. Remember, it pays to get it right with RFNG Insurance, a road group company.
Get ready for a night of pure carnival magic on Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. The Belize Civic Center transforms into a spectacle of color and creativity for the King and Queen competition, celebrating 50 years of carnival in Belize. Prejudging begins at 5 p.m. Showtime starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Admission is only $15 for adults and $5 for kids. Witness giant, jaw-dropping costumes come alive on stage and feel the energy of live performances by Kenny Gladden and the New Generation Band. This is Golden Dreams, vibrant streets, 50 years of mass and celebration, bigger, brighter, and unforgettable.
Don't miss the ultimate singing showdown. It's KTV The Remix, Season 7, every Tuesday night at 8, live from the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. One stage, one voice, one chance to win $10,000. Get your tickets for just $5 at GBM Studios in Coney Drive or 88 Shopping Center on Central American Boulevard. It's music, talent, and entertainment for the whole family. Don't miss it. KTV The Remix, Season 7. Tune in, turn up, and sing along every Tuesday night at 8. Only on Greater Belize Media.
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
On August 11th, the Ministry of Economic Transformation teamed up with the National Health Insurance to sign a landmark Memorandum of Understanding. The signing ceremony brought together key leaders, including CEO Carlos Paul, NHI General Manager Dr. Ramon Figueroa, and Dolores Balderramos Garcia, who chairs the National AIDS Commission. So, What does this mean for Belizeans? This new partnership is all about action. First, it will provide vital nutritional and vitamin support to children living with HIV, thanks to the Hand in Hand Ministries program. Second, it will expand access to pre-exposure prophylaxis or PrEP across NHI primary health care facilities nationwide. That means more people can get the preventative care they need closer to home. Funded through Belize's commitment to the Global Fund Cycle 7, this initiative is a major step toward inclusive, community-driven healthcare. It's designed to ensure that HIV prevention, testing, and treatment are accessible to everyone, especially children and vulnerable populations. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The government is staying focused on the 95-95-95 targets, global goals aimed at ending HIV epidemic. Because at the heart of it all is a simple truth. A healthier Belize means a stronger Belize. The Ministry of Health is making moves to improve how medical supplies are stored and distributed across the country. Earlier this year, officials revealed plans for a brand new central medical store, a dedicated facility designed to properly house pharmaceutical products and medical supplies. Right now, the ministry rents out multiple locations, which makes it hard to keep things organized and even causes delays in getting supplies where they need most. But that's about to change. Health and Wellness Minister Kevin Bernard gave us an update on how construction is coming along and what this new facility could mean for the healthcare system.
Apart from just a facility, we're going to improve that with proper inventory systems. We're going to improve that with better distribution processes, and that will ensure that we are able to then track inflows and outflows much easier, as opposed to having suppliers holding certain stock at their own premise. We're going to minimize that because much more of the bulk products then can come to the central medical store. The staffing will be then in one location. So there's a lot of different reasons why we chose to ensure that we have that. Again, bear in mind that when you look at Belmopan, the future plan is that the new facility, the new tertiary facility, will be right around the corner, and that will also be in much closer proximity and access to the hospital at the same time. But we are working on a proper centralized system so that we could ensure the efficiency and the accuracy of our processes that we need to improve. I have always said this, that when I took over this ministry, I am very much interested in digital transformation, and part of digital transformation requires that to put in the systems that are needed. Yes, the BHIS has been functioning for what its purpose is, but we need a proper central medical store that will have the best inventory system so that we could have a good distribution process that the ministry can manage and can track progress, can be able to look at RAWA. RAWA does somewhat a similar thing, but it's still not enough. And so we have to ensure that we can get that done for the benefit of the ministry, for the benefit of the Belizean people who need to access these services.
Coming along for the hospital being built as well.
You're referring to the Saudi funds. Well, as you know, that's through the Ministry of Economic Development in teaming with the ministry. I know that they were the design phase that have been finalized. They have a deadline, I believe, for September, October, so that once that is finalized and approved, we should be able to then start with the construction, and I'm hoping that we can then really break ground by the end of this year.
Earlier this year, the Ministry of Health and Wellness broke ground on the construction of a new pediatric ward at Northern Regional Hospital in the Orange Walk District. The project, a collaboration between the Rotary Club, LEAP Global Mission, and the ministry, is valued at $2.3 million. The new wing is meant to showcase the ministry's commitment to improving child health care services in Belize. Minister of Health and Wellness Kevin Bernard has an update on the construction.
The new pediatric wing in the Northern Regional Hospital has been a joint project with the Rotary group. I know that we at the government, and I must commend the Prime Minister, when we initially we met way back, I believe in early 2021, with the people at Rotary. and we committed that the government will fund additional money for us to be able to build that pediatric wing. And so we know that when the work was procured, I must say though, the contractor is moving very fast, and I believe that we will be able to see us moving into that facility very soon, and hopefully by early next year.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.